Hello! In this video, I'm going to answer a popular question that I'm getting right now, which is how do I make my worksheet interactive? And I'm making this video as we've moved to this urgent need to transition our classes to a remote learning environment. My goal here is to offer a very simple solution for teachers who are already using PearDeck in their classroom. So here it goes. You can just start your Google Slides, add a new slide. Now, let's say that my goal right now is to take this PDF right here and make it an interactive worksheet for my students to be able to do. There are two options. One of them would be to kind of make this into two different slides, which I think would make the most sense in this case, because here's one question and here's a separate question. So I'm going to just make it two slides. So what I'm going to do is simply take a screenshot of the first question, drag that into my Google Slides, make it fill the whole screen, then go into my PearDeck add-on. And the key here is that we're going to make all of these drawable question types. Now, students are probably going to be filling out this worksheet by typing. So this math example might not be the best one. Let me give one other example. So let's say that we want to use this character traits chart. This is on Teachers Pay Teachers, but it's actually a free one. So I'm going to right click and save image as. You want to save it as an image. In this case, that's very important. And then go back to my slides, make a new slide, pull that in. And now, if this was my only worksheet that I was doing with them, then I would want to change my layout. So my page setup to being like 8 by 10 so that it would flip it. Just keep in mind that whatever page layout you choose for one of your slides is going to affect all of them. That's going to work for this one. So I'm going to leave it like that, and I'm going to make this a drawing slide also. Excellent. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the lesson so I can show you what a student will see. And I'm going to do this as a student-paced activity because it is a worksheet that students are going to do on their own. So at this point, I can just copy this link right here and then assign that to my students. I'm going to log into this other tab as a student. So this is what students will see. And with this first question, which is a math question, if they can do some sketching with their mouse or if they have a tablet at home, they could draw on the image. But let me get into this question, which was this chart. What they can do is they can use the text and they can change the size of their text, bigger and smaller. And then they can just start writing. That was a little bit small, so let me make it a little bit bigger. Like that, and then I can change colors like that, and then students could fill out the chart, and they can also highlight if they need to, annotate, whatever, all right here using PearDeck. This would also be great if you are doing a diagram and you want students to label a diagram. So if this was just a labeling thing, I could obviously point out with just using my mouse, and then I can use a text tool to label. Now, as the teacher, how do you go about all of this? If you have your PearDeck opened, I can see students working in real time. But probably since this is a self-paced activity, you're going to have all students work and then you're going to grade it all at one time. So what I suggest doing is going to peardeck.com, going to your teacher login, going to your sessions tab, and then finding the session. If you click here on the teacher dashboard, this icon right here, the teacher dashboard, you are going to see students solving with their names attached. So here I can see Stacy Roshan, I'm solving this myself, and each student would be one by one below. Now, you can't give feedback right from the screen. So what I recommend is wait until all students have completed the assignment. If you have a student who needs to do it late, you can always relaunch this PearDeck. So when it's due, I would end the session, say, yes, I'm sure, and publish the takeaways. Save and exit. Now, once the takeaways are published, I can click this link, open it in another tab, or you can just go to your Google Drive, go to your PearDeck folder. It's automatically created for you, and within the PearDeck folder, there will be a takeaways folder. And then you would see for each student a Google Doc. And this is how I would recommend grading it, just going into the Google Doc and grading student by student. I usually find that a little bit easier. And then I can also just give feedback right within the Google Doc. So here, for example, I can just leave a comment and leave the student a note so that all their answers and all their feedback is all in one place. So that's just a quick little idea for, I think, the easiest way to make your worksheet interactive. If your students are already using PearDeck, then let's just use something that they already know, keep it very simple, and they can mark any of this up. So the steps that I did was, since most PDF worksheets are kind of an 8.5 by 11 orientation page size, I would go to File and then go to your page setup and then choose Custom and then do, I don't know, I chose 8 by 10. Then after I chose that, instead of pulling it in as a PDF, you would just take a snapshot of each page. So you can do a screenshot of each page of your document so that you're saving it as an image and then pull them in as image files. After you do that, make sure that you're making each of the slides a drawing type slide in PearDeck. Then remember, when students are in the PearDeck, they are going to have the ability to use this text tool. So you might want to orient them on using the text tool, knowing how to use that text tool, realizing that they can change the size right here of the text. And then when they type their text, they can resize the box just by grabbing the corner and dragging like that, and they can move it around as they need to do. They can change the colors of all the different text boxes. As the teacher, you can go to peardeck.com and go to teacher login to access their work. You would be going to the sessions tab and then make sure you're clicking on this icon right here for the teacher dashboard with all the names attached. That would be a way to view them working in real time, make sure that they're all done. When they're all done, my recommendation is to end the session and publish your takeaways and then grade it student by student in your takeaways so that you can give feedback right on the Google Doc. So that's it for this video. I hope it helps. Bye.